I immediately got enthralled by the character development that Barry L. Levy, our writer, has explored. I love the fact that every character is perfectly written and well explored, and so I really got drawn in by that. And then after reading the whole thing, I sort of had to take a breath because I was too in it, and it was sort of like a compelling book where you just have to kept turning the page and turning the page, just to see what's going on. You have to find out the mystery, and so that really attracted me to the series. And then also just the relationship and the family dynamic between Max and Ben is really something really special, and I'm glad I got a chance to portray that with you, Abby.
Yeah, I think that when I first read the script, I was immediately very much in love with Max as a character. I loved her. I loved her relationship with Ben. I'm really glad that we got to bring that to life. I thought that the script was very, there's a lot of mystery, twists and turns. I agree with you, Riv. I think that it's kind of like a book that you just got to keep on reading. Like, you can't stop anywhere. And I really liked that it had a lot of intricate layers. I think that a lot of shows that are directed for everyone, as well as a younger audience, don't usually have that. So I think that it was really interesting to see how it was different from other shows like that. And I was just kind of in shock. I was really excited to make this happen.
Well, you mentioned it being about a book and turning the pages and having to get through, and I agree with that because it really just the series keeps you enthralled from episode 1 through episode 10, especially with the different time jumps and the sequences. But I am curious, Abigail, if your character does get powers in season 2, if you guys are renewed, what do you think it would be, and what do you think fits Max the most?
Oh my gosh, this is such a tough question. I think that I'm like super indecisive, so I really got to think about this. I think that something that fits Max the most, I think either like invisibility or like mind reading. I feel like she's always kind of already reading people. So I think that mind reading kind of just like gives it another element to her character. I think that that's really interesting.
What powers would you guys like to have in real life?
Ooh, I think for me, I really like the character Flash, the superhero, and so his powers are very interesting to me, and I think they would be really useful in real life. If you could just move really fast in order to stop time and get all the work done that you needed to do in a day, and then unpause time, for example, and just play for the rest of the day. Play games and watch TV, do whatever you want, really. I think that would be really fun.
I think that I would probably want telekinesis because even though I'm an active person, I can be really, really lazy. So sometimes, you have those moments you just don't want to get out of bed. Like, I have to brush my teeth, I'll bring the toothbrush to me. I feel like that'd be really cool.
Well, speaking of superpowers, River, you have a lot of instances in the show where your character is changing, metamorphing into different people. What were some of the different challenges in bringing this character to life?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would have in terms of bringing it to life, I would have lots of chats with Barry L. Levy, our showrunner slash creator, and so like about my character, and seeing how he wanted it to play out, and making sure that I was able to put that on the screen so that everyone in the audience could learn from it and really see how the story plays out. And so that would be one thing, and then I think another challenge probably in terms of the fight scenes and lots of stunt scenes, I think that was a little challenging, but the crew and the cast, they made it so easy to learn and work with them, and because it was something that was new to me, and I'm lucky I got a chance to be a part of that.
How was it like working? What was this experience like working on Me, different from your previous projects, River for you, Avatar, and for you, Abigail, Channel Zero?
Yeah, I mean, me is certainly there are certainly similarities and differences between some of the stuff I've done in the past and this show. I think the most important one, though, in terms of bringing up a different show that I've done, Encounter, that is very the tone is different. It's more of a psychological sci-fi thriller that's intense. Whereas with this show, you know, we still talk about family and we talk about relationships, but it's more lighthearted. And you know, I personally, I had never been a part of a show with a bunch of kids my age, and so that was really interesting to do, because it was just a new dynamic for me, and I really enjoyed that. And then with Avatar, I mean, Avatar has so many great sequences, and you know the VFX is incredible. And I think it's in that way it's going to be pretty similar to this show. But you know, you just get to see more of the relationship, because I know in Avatar I didn't really have too much of a relationship with anybody my age, and so now, you know, I get to explore a little bit of a sibling relationship with Abby.
I think that since you mentioned Channel Zero, I think that and a lot of the other things I've done, you know, Arrival, 10 Days in the Valley, a lot of those shows have like darker undertones, kind of like scary, like Riv said, thriller vibes. And while doing a show like that is really interesting, especially on Channel Zero, the VFX were really cool, and like all of the prosthetics and all of that were like super interesting to see in real life. I think that Me has sort of, like Riv said, again, lighthearted themes. I think that it also dives deeper into family dynamics, a lot of more themes that are centered around being people and not just being in a thriller, scary show. I think that it really talks about togetherness, family, becoming yourself, lighthearted themes.
I completely understand that. My last question for you guys today: what have you learned from working on this project that you'll take with you to future roles?
Oh, I like that question. I sort of learned quite a lot, actually, from not only from the show but also from Ben, my character. You know, I think the most important thing that I've probably learned and I'm going to take with me is that, you know, it's okay to make mistakes. You know, as much as you try to be perfect all the time, it's not going to happen. The perfect doesn't exist. And so, you know, you have to learn from those mistakes and make sure that you can improve on them later on.
I think that I definitely took a lot away from what Max learned throughout the show, which was to kind of let people in and not try to do everything on your own. I feel like she, as a character and as a person, has a lot of pressure on her, and to sort of let other people help you uh, relieve that sort of sense of stress, and just to be able to grow as a person with the people around you, especially your family, is really important.